I got crowd on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time. Promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I that was felt, shit, I was in the jail. Shit, I needed help. But Twan was locked up and the judge put man on the shelf. Heavy crying cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but Muhammad. Cause most these niggas lie, pump smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponents. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. Dear God, I hope you accept my atonement. Cause all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made before the Lord's anger. Praise to him all the time.
Till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he abdominal. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers. Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata, for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had them niggas spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to ignite, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
was given to the hands of devils, and we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't had to die to meet the devil.
I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and a bundle of cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep them fiending. If any try to shoot you, make sure that you leave them leaking. He said,
I'ma hold you down when problems pop up.
how you got me moving this dope? Want me in lockup? He said,
Don't you want the Benz vertible with the top cup?
Yeah.
Stop, bitch, you get in that kitchen, let it rock up. Bitches love the dope boy, especially when it's wop up. I know you
Amy, you gave us crack in the 80s, made us abort our babies and making hoes out our ladies. I know you got me gravy, but Satan, you must be crazy. It's gonna take more than them cars when to amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't faze me.
I guarantee that you gon' regret it. Remember I said it.
Nah, you could dead it.
What you saying? I can't win?
Nah, devil, nice try. So until we meet again,
I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils, and we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't had to die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we've been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrolling why? Because prison became a business. They murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we ride, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die a martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights, patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And your honor, why you gave our homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's trife, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ash Trayvon, Mike Brown, Akai Gurley, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando, Alton Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils, and we seen the rise of the devil. Demise.
Right now, you tell everybody, go ahead.
Everybody clap it up. Shalom, we're the I.S.U.P.K coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, and the commander of YAHANNA, paying tithes. Everybody, support the troops that's out here for you. Okay, what else is that?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm checking it out.
Okay. Now, today's class, business should be based on brotherhood. Now, think about it for a second. Now, let's look at the other nationalities that operate inside the hood. What characteristics do we see with them? Can anybody tell me? I want to make sure that people observe their surroundings. Can anybody tell me any characteristics that you see where they favor one another inside our neighborhoods? Okay, let me give you some examples. You go into a Chinese restaurant. What do you see there? Who do you see working there? Yes. And they don't even live in your neighborhood, right?
Right.
They don't even live there. Nowhere near the neighborhood. A lot of instances, we don't even know where they live at. You go to the BP gas stations. I don't know. Did they have that here in Minnesota? BP?
No.
They don't have that.
Yeah, they do.
We do?
And like the suburbs, they do.
Oh, really?
Oh, they got them in the hood and where I'm from. They got the BP gas stations every damn where. They fry chicken at the gas station.
All the time.
You know, they do that right there. But who do you see working there though? Huh? Everybody speak up.
Oh, I don't know what they are. Arabs?
Yes, you see Arabs working there. You know, that's what you see. You know, they'll have, you know, where I'm from, you know, they was in the Louisville magazine for frying the best chicken, but I know the dude that actually was frying the chicken there, when that chicken tasted like garbage.
Right.
When he came there, because he used to work with me at the KFC. In one of the KFCs in Louisville. He worked the day shift, and I worked nights. His name was George, and he kind of like Chicken George. I know it sounds kind of messed up, but you know, but you know, he would be leaving as I would be coming in. You know, he started once he quit. You know, KFC, Taco Bell. He started working there, and it was his recipe that they capitalized on and ran him up, got him up out of there, fired him, and kept his recipe and spread it all through their brothers. You know, all throughout the place, and started Dino's Chicken. And they ended up in the damn magazine for best chicken in town. You see this?
Are you serious?
Yes, this happened. I remember it happened clear as day. I used to see George walking from there to his home, because he stayed like right across the street from me. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, they hired a black man in there. You know? And he was in the chicken section, and once he left there, the chicken became super good. So I already knew, you know, he was a bad dude when we worked at KFC Taco Bell. I was the, you know what I'm saying, the cold night cook. You know what I'm saying? He was the cold day cook. You know, and that's how that thing, his recipe, they capitalized on and ran him straight up out of there. And took it on over, and then they spread that among one another, the same recipe. And they ended up in, like I said, they ended up in the magazine.
Right.
And guess who they hire? When they have new arrivals or whatever it is that come to the country, they hire them. And then what did they do? They franchise, because they held about 12 Dinos. You know? That's why I ain't even gonna lie, I was so happy when I seen on Facebook where the brothers in Louisville burnt down one of the Dinos. One of the most famous Dinos.
Right.
Every other nigga's like, oh, they burning down their own stuff. They burning down all the looting and the rioting. And I seen that and I was happy. That was a clap up moment for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You know, that was a clap up moment. Because another thing with that show too, because what is the stereotype about Negroes and chicken?
That all niggas love chicken.
Yeah, like we love chicken more than we love our own lives.
Right.
More than we love anything. When niggas start burning down the chicken shacks and burning down Popeyes and all of that, yeah, you damn right. I start laughing at it.
Right.
Because it totally proves that wrong. Just like the one that the Popeyes where we have camp at, was totally wiped out.
Yeah, Southside.
Yeah. Who the hell, we can fry a good chicken in our own damn house.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need to run to them. We don't need to run to some damn franchise. Go ahead.
It's like I was gonna say, you know, Popeyes, they have the black lady who's always on
Yeah.
TV, you know, promoting Popeyes, but she's just only on television, and everybody thinks that she's the CEO. The CEO is a white man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a hell of a point you're breaking out right there.
What that does is it's marketing.
Right, exactly. She is no different from the dude that's on the cream of wheat box.
Right.
And the dude, Uncle Ben, on the rice.
Mm-hmm.
She's no different from them. The Uncle Ben on the rice, is he a CEO? Hell no. He was the owner of KFC. So it's more what prestige, is that the word?
I think so, yeah.
When it comes to a situation like that, it's more prestige and all of that. But when you sit there and slap a Negro, you know, on a damn, you know, just like 50 Cent with vitamin water. He was a face that they slapped on vitamin water. And you know what? And everybody thought 50 Cent was making such cool moves when he invested, what was it, 100,000, 40 million, something like that into the vitamin water company, and then they bought him out for like 50 something million. And everybody's like, man, 50's a genius. 50 is, man, look at it. But at the same time, will 50's kids and grandkids be able to get a high up position inside the vitamin water company? You gotta think about that. And his $50-something million, let him get married. 30 of that'll be gone. And then you got to deal with all of his financial advisors, because they're going to want their cut, and everybody going to pick his damn bones clean. That's the one scripture when it talks about thy dead body shall be meat unto the fowls of the air, to the beasts of the field. As a matter of fact, let's pull that scripture first. Let's pull that scripture first. And I was going to go with something else, but since that came up, let's rock with that one first.
So, keep that verse again.
Thy dead body shall be meat unto the fowls of the air, to the beasts of the field.
So we're speaking about,
can we get more lighting in here? Can we get more lighting in here?
Yeah, it's the best that we can do.
Okay.
Not saying the scripture. What scripture?
I'm assuming that's is it Deuteronomy 28.
It's Deuteronomy 28. I can try to pull that.
Deuteronomy 28 and 26. So I'm going to get it. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 26. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth.
Now, think about it. All of this type of stuff is actually twofold. It's not one-fold. Because there was times in history where we were slain, and the beasts of the field and the vultures and all of that were picking our bones clean. But then we have to think about this stuff otherwise, right? The beasts of the field prophetically is spoken of as kingdoms of the earth. That's why I talk about certain beasts, and this beast, that beast. This is talking about kingdoms of the earth. Who is coming over and having fun with us? Who's selling that? That's the Koreans is one beast that sell weave to the sisters. That's one beast right there. A lot of people don't know that that's one beast.
Right.
That place is there. It should be us. Why they owning up there?
Right.
And then selling us, old chicken for a very high price. All of this stuff is a damn, scheme. All of it. Where all of them can get rich. That's why the one scripture when it talk about and everyone shall go unto their own people. Now think about this for a second. In order for them, now with the reputation that black, Hispanics, and Native Indians have, somebody got to make a deal with them in order for them to even want to be here.
Right.
Among us. We, in a sense, are the scariest people on the planet. I don't mean like just afraid, but everyone is scared of us. So somebody got to be cutting a hell of a goddamn deal in order for them to want to come into the ghetto, right? Think about it for a second. I mean, put yourself in their shoes and see how you would think. You'd be like, yeah, I be hearing things about that. I seen Menace to Society, and I seen Boys in the Hood, and Colors, and all of the movies about them. Like, man, I don't know. I don't know about all that.
Right.
So someone comes about, and then I see them on the news, and when someone comes about, they're like, well, what we can do, we can offer you this and offer you that, and we can offer you so much, and then if your business fails, we'll cut you another grant, and you can start over again and get your. Now they're like, man, that money and that power. Okay, I'm willing to do it.
Right.
I'm willing to do it, and that's what makes them want to do it. Even though they figure, they have to go amongst the wild, hostile natives, which is us. So somebody's cutting a hell of a deal with them. And when they talk about, that's why they talk about, and everyone should go into his own people, because it's so profitable for them to be among us, because they get rich. It's filthy rich. And send that money, when you see countries that look like, you see cities over in foreign countries that look like Las Vegas, this stuff popped up. That stuff is real. These people got skyscrapers and cities that conquer, you know what I mean, they make, you know, buildings and all of that. Who they get that from? I mean, who's feeding that? It's us.
Right.
We're feeding that. We're the slaves that everyone gets filthy rich off of. That's the reason why they would never want us to have an exodus out of here or something that we will be on our own. They can't stand the thought of that. You know, all of these go back to Africa and all of that stuff, the clans and all that be saying, that ain't nothing but good old reverse psychology. That's all that is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if we go, the clans is going to now be looked at as the niggas. Now they will see them as the threat that they are, and there'll be a war between the clans and the government. And they don't want that. Because with us out of the way, I mean, just think about one little thing. All right, think about like Mexicans. If Mexicans stop doing the agricultural work, who they gonna have to do it? They can pay a Mexican $5 an hour. Imagine how much they're gonna have to pay any heathen. You talking 20, 25, 30 and up with maximum benefits. What will that do to the economy that's built on slaves? Because now they don't have no choice but to empower the employees.
Right.
So what that make the government do? It's gonna make them dwindle and go down, ain't it? It's gonna make the corporations dwindle and go down because now they have to pay everyone $25, $30, $45, $50 an hour plus maximum benefits too. And then, because they're not gonna be satisfied with that. If they was getting $50 an hour in maximum benefits, let one little minor thing happen that they don't agree with, and next thing you know, they're gonna what they call it?
Boycott.
Boycott is another word. When they'll start getting into unions and all of that, and strikes.
Strikes. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, strikes.
And then now they gotta get paid $70 an hour now. And then even more benefits, and then some of them will get shares inside the company. And that's gonna start to eat them alive.
Right.
They get their first little share, you know what I'm saying, and whatever company it is that they're working for. And then they're not gonna stop there because they're gonna want 5 shares, 10 shares. The next thing you know, the company will belong to the devil people, the other lower ranking devil people. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, once the corporate people, you know, that own the place see what's going on, they're going to be like, no, we got to do something about this, and they're going to go to war with each other.
Right.
That's what's going to happen, and wars, you know what wars do? Wars cost a lot of money.
Of course.
They cost. The wars cost. Yeah, you have people that maximize off the profits of war, but then, you know, leveling the whole goddamn empire. So who they need? Can anybody tell me? Can anyone tell me who they need? Huh? Go ahead.
Us.
Yeah. That's who they need. So with this knowledge, how we gotta think? We should be thinking about a way to empower ourselves through this. Right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, damn, you know. I mean, how the hell could we stay a battery in food for everybody? With us knowing this. I mean, we've been that stuff for too damn long. So obviously it's the time for us to start to kind of get a little bit smart, right? Just a little bit. You know? Now, let me go to the first scripture. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 27 and verse 2.
27 verse 2?
Right.
Okay. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 27, verse 2. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so do a sin stick close between buying and selling.
Sin always sticks close between buying and selling. It sticks close even with the heathen. Because that's what remember General Muhammad was bringing this out a while back? Yeah. When he talked about the business clarifies what he was saying. Because it really does.
Right.
You could take an honest dude and he go into a little business for himself, everybody, but we done seen this happen with black people a lot because we done seen certain brothers and stuff that we knew, and then he go into a certain business and all of a sudden now he's working on this gift of gab.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know I done seen it. All of a sudden he run a game and all of that, man. Just sell your honest product, If he gotta game you up, even though he might have a good product. He figured he got to game you into buying that product. And I know this all so well because was one of my first jobs I ever had was selling door to door things that people normally don't want to buy.
Right.
I used to be a salesman. So I understand this guy.
12 or 11, I used to sell popcorn to a church that never existed. And that was one thing as a child that let me knew that, they use God or use Christianity as a way to get money.
Right.
And not a business card, it looked it real. But my uncle told me that the whole shit was fake. You know what I mean? He was a pastor.
Right.
It's like, at that time we didn't have applications like apps on our phone to have, these services deliver, things that we usually will just get up and buy ourselves.
Right.
But it's like, you can go to the store and buy that, you know what I mean?
Right.
But also what was funny is that we will go into rich neighborhoods like Maple Grove and Eden Prairie, Edina, Richfield, where all the white people are at, and get their money.
That's the same thing that we used to do.
Yeah.
We used to go to Lexington, Kentucky, Columbus, Indiana. That was where I sold, where I made the most money ever at Columbus, Indiana. We used to go to Cincinnati. We used to go to Indianapolis. We used to go to all of these different places and all of that. And we had a little spiel to where, we would be selling items that, according to, the business and everything was supposed to be sold for $3.50.
Right. Yeah.
We could sell them $7.50 and then keep the extra, $3 for ourselves and get whatever came off of what we just sold. Right. So we was taught to hustle like that, and then we have this little thing, and I would always use a lie. One of my favorite, everybody had their own favorite lie. And I would always use the lie that we're playing, because I was like 15 and looked like I was 11, and I would use the spiel that, yes, we're trying to go to Kentucky Kingdom. I mean, not Kentucky Kingdom, but Kings Island in Cincinnati, and we just want to, I would use that, and everybody would be like, oh, okay, such and such, or they give a donation and all of that, and we come out with bang. After a weekend or whatever, that's how it used to be. And what is that? Because you're deceiving people. And you're becoming a good liar, and you something carnal.
Right.
Your business is just a slavery that you got. It's like, but at the same time, though, if it's a business that you have and everything, you got to think like what others think, like how when they go into business, they think about their people, because businesses are family oriented. They always are. It's no exceptions to the rule. You go into a business, you look at any nationality that goes into a business, who do they hire first? Who do they put on the team first? Huh?
The family?
Yes. Right. And then secondary to the family, who do they put on?
Friends.
Yes, they're friends, but their race. That's the way things go. They put their race on. That's why black people, hell, who ran the numbers racket? Could you imagine if the number racket first started and then we started incorporating everybody? Harlem and all of that was known. We dominated the damn numbers rackets. Why? You know why? We the inventors of the lottery.
Right.
We dominated because we dealt with our own race only at first, because we got messed up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, later on down the board. But we dealt with our own first. And we became very, very rich. That's why, you know, people talk about the Black Wall Street and all of that. We ran the whole numbers game, and nobody could figure out how we was even doing it. And then you had brothers and everything that was so zealous about their own people and everything. They went to war with the Italians, and they was killing Italians. I'm not saying go out there and kill nobody or nothing, but brothers was killing them. Go ahead.
So like I was gonna say, so as far as the numbers game, was that around the time with the when we was famous for what they considered to be the Harlem Renaissance?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
All of that Harvard, the Harlem Renaissance, Black Wall Street, because Black Wall Street wasn't even out of New York, you know what I'm saying? That was you know, the whole Tulsa, Oklahoma thing. Mm-hmm. But this stuff was going on all over the country with blacks because we were separate from everybody.
Right.
And brothers was going to war with them Italians, and this stuff happened for years. Mm-hmm. We was going to war with them Italians. You know, we was going to war with the Irish because everybody wanted a piece of it. Yeah. And we were killing them. Mm-hmm. You had brothers that was killing devils at that time and were not going to prison.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. The whole thing when they talk about the movie Hoodlum, that's a good movie right there to watch too. Movie Hoodlum, over the numbers racket with the Madam Queen, the Benjamin sister, the Madam Queen of Policy, you know. All of that, we was dusting devils. You know what I'm saying? In a time when we had not too long ago been freed from slavery. Yeah. And wasn't going to prison. You know why? Because we were operating as a separate society and they came against us. As a matter of fact, there's a scenario in St. Louis. This is one of my favorite stories. I just heard about it a couple of years ago. I never knew nothing about it before coming into the truth. In St. Louis, all right, it was a situation to where they was lynching and killing black people in mass numbers and stuff like that. It was a little town in St. Louis. And the brother that set everything in order, this brother rose up as a damn military leader. He was a funeral home owner. And what he did was, this brother was prepared. This brother had guns and caskets and everything, so when it all cracked off and they tried to invade that little town, it said them brothers mowed them devils down like grass. Because he started distributing guns to all the brothers tore them devils up and sent them on the run. At this little bitty town, little bitty insignificant looking town. You know what I'm saying? You know how the old country, little towns and stuff is. It wasn't no city, no none of that. A little town. And a brother that ran a funeral parlor, you know what I'm saying, set things in order, set the brothers in order, and gave them guns and said they waxed them devils behind. Real tough. Mowed them down like grass. Because they was killing brothers, you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters that was on the outskirts of the cities and all of that. But when it came to that little town, they got dusted. And this happened I think somewhere around 1919, somewhere in that area. About 1919. Somewhere in that area right there. Me and Captain Posh a few years ago did a class on that. Oh, he broke into that story.
So how'd you find out about this story?
Captain Posh. Okay. I didn't know nothing of that story before, you know, he broke it out. He did it in one of his classes, and I was just assisting and reading and everything in the class. You know, this is real stuff that actually happened, you know, where they tore them damn devils up, you know. And he, of course, was what they call, a racist. The same brother. He was what they would call today a racist. Because he separated the people from them. And he took the brothers that he knew that he could trust and gave them guns. And they went up and tore them devils to pieces. Straight up. All right, now let's go back into the scriptures. let's go to Nehemiah 13 and we can start at verse 16.
Okay.
Nehemiah.
I know exactly where you're going. Yeah, that's actually a good chapter. Nehemiah 13, 16?
Right.
Okay. Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 16. There dwelt men of Tyre, also therein, which
the
brought...
men, if I will, I'm going to let everybody know what the men of Tyre were. They were Canaanites. These were African dudes.
Right.
Just like what we have in the cities today that sell us stuff right now. These were Africans. Go ahead.
Okay. Which brought fish and all manner of war, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah.
Now, think about it for a second. It said they sold unto the children of Judah, right? Now, what Jewish group of people is going to buy a bunch of stuff from some Africans on their Sabbath day? If everybody that believed that the Jewish people is, Israelites, that they're the real Israelites, they're not going to do that. They never did that all throughout history, have they? They don't buy from other places. You think they buy from the Germans? Hell, you can't even see a damn Jewish man drive a Benz.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? A Benz is a German car. You think you're gonna run around in a Benz? No. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Go ahead. God.
And sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah.
And then on a Sabbath too. One of the, especially not on one of their Sabbaths. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Who will do that though? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Verse 16. There dwelt men of Tyre, also therein, which brought fish and all manner of war, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and in Jerusalem.
Now, they were so comfortable with being able to sell stuff to us that they even came on the Sabbath day. They were that comfortable that they could make a dime off these niggas.
Right.
Who is that comfortable today? All the heathens are. They're that comfortable right now as we speak. So this shows you that we the same damn people right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And through all of that, you had one man standing up, Nehemiah, and he was I.S.U.P.K. Real talk. He came through and he was furious with all the heathens coming to sell us stuff on the day that we ain't even supposed to be buying and selling and trading and all of that. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah and said unto them, What evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day?
Now, you keep going.
Verse 18. Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon this city?
For one thing, heathens don't respect anything that we look at as being sacred. That's one thing we got to understand too. Mm-hmm. They don't give a damn about that. That's why they want to bring you in to work on the Sabbath day all the damn time. What do? They grind you and they pressure you. Mm-hmm. They don't give a damn about, they don't care about no Sabbath. You got a Jewish boss who's supposed to be keeping, so-called supposed to be keeping Sabbath himself, right? Mm-hmm. Why ain't he let you off?
Right.
Nah, come on, man. You the same religion as him, right? You know what I'm saying? You the same religion as him. Why he get off but won't let you off?
Right.
You got to kind of think about that for a second. Why is that? The damn Arab, he don't eat pork, but he sell you pork Vienna sausages in his gas stations. Why is that? Why would they do? They always come to sell things to you But at the same time, you can never sell nothing to them. Show me where it say, and the children of Judah were selling unto the men of Tyre. Selling unto them bones to put in their noses. Where it say that at? They were selling unto them big, huge, nice plates to put in their lips. You don't see that anywhere, do you? Yeah, you're damn right. They were selling to them the red clay to rub all over them, and so they can run around in loincloth, so they can run around naked. And the children of Judah were selling that to them. You don't see none of that. Yeah, but they'll sell you one of them damn gold pullouts. You know what I'm saying? Something that pertains to you, a gold pullout, or something monkeyish. Anything monkeyish that they can come with and sell it to you, but you can't sell a goddamn thing to them. Yeah, they can sell you fried chicken. Let you try to go to some Asian town and try to sell some goddamn rice. Let you do that. Not only will they not
the Sabbath.
Right. Now we allowed the heathens to come right to where we was at. And these things were not necessities, believe that.
Right.
We allowed them to come right to where we was at. They didn't give a damn. They didn't respect the day, none of that. They came, nigga gonna buy, nigga buy. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that they look at it. Nigga go buy. We come sell, nigga buy. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 19. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut and charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants set I at the gates, that there should no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day.
And what he do? He took charge and made sure that wasn't no burdens going to be brought in. Could you imagine how many niggas was mad?
Right.
No. How you going to sit there and say that we can't buy no chicken and gas? And then the sisters come through with the weave, you know what I'm saying? When they remember that deal that happened with the weave, with the Koreans and all of that? And the brothers came out there and protested on the behalf of the sisters, and the sisters had a damn line going 3 goddamn blocks somewhere, trying to buy weave. And then the one sister come running up in their face and cussing them out and all of that. No, what do they say? No, black men don't protect us. Black men don't do that. When the brothers come out, she attack him.
Right.
So damn, what that show? A lot of sisters don't need to be protected. Let her protect her own independent ass. You know what I'm saying? Let her go ahead and protect her own independent ass.
God, it's a lot.
Good.
I do remember that because, the whole situation started when, the Koreans decided to jump that sister.
Right.
In the first place. And then, for that sister to argue with the man that was actually protesting on the sister's behalf, it just showed how disgusting and how lost we are.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They sitting there having a line 3 blocks long about some goddamn jump rope. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why they need to know about the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Right. Because if they try and get it anywhere else and try to get their gumption anywhere else, it's not going to happen like that. I'm just saying. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 23 and 19.
All right. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 19. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother.
Whoa. Can anybody tell me what usury is? Come on, students, give me y'all's input. Usury.
To use somebody? To make a use?
Not just to use. Let me clear it up. Like, say for instance, somebody come up to you, be like, oh, you okay? You need some money? Now this stuff happens in jails and within Job Corps and stuff like that. When I was at Job Corps, you had a whole bunch of dudes that were trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to lend you something, for some, for an increase. Like say they lend you $2, they want $5 in return. Stuff like that. So you had a whole bunch of people that was trying to do that. like say for instance, you need $100, and I'd be like, you pay me $150 in return. You know what I'm saying? That's called usury. If I lend you $100, what am I supposed to get back according to the law of God? Go ahead. That's right. That's what I'm supposed to get back, $100. And see, me, like say for instance, if I'm going to a person lend you the money, I'll be like, then I'm obligated also to have some understanding with the person's situation and stuff like that. You can only pay me $20, a week. Okay, that's cool. No problem, no sweat. Because who in that situation, who are you looking on your reward and payment from? Don't the Bible say, he who lends to the poor lends to the Lord? Ain't that what the scriptures say though? Right? So who are you really looking forward to in case that man can't to pay you back? Yeah, exactly. Now you're stepping into faith, right? Without faith, you ain't nothing. And that's what the Bible say, right? You ain't got nothing if you ain't got that. If I lend a person $100 or to show this ain't something that I'm just saying. We going with the scripture?
Slide. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 19. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother.
Who's the brother? Who's the brother? Anybody know? Anybody know who the brother is?
Friend?
Huh?
Brother?
Come on now. Gotta get better than that. You got white friends, don't you?
I mean, if brother,
who's the brother?
Your family member, right?
Come on now. You got people that got devils in their family. You got mixed people that got devils in their family. Go ahead.
The black Hispanic American.
There you go. That's it right there. Yeah. Okay, let's go through that again. The same scripture. Yeah, we get that scripture again.
Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother. Usury of money, usury of victuals.
Victuals?
Yep, usury of anything that is lent upon usury.
Right. It means you're not supposed to say, I lend you a pot. You know what, nigga? You owe me 4-5 pots in return because I lent you this or something. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to do that. You ain't supposed to do stuff like that. We ain't supposed to operate as bottom feeder hustlers and stuff like that when it comes to each other. We ain't supposed to do that. That's unlawful for us to act that way. Straight up. And all of us done ran into people that have been like that. I know I have. I'm 45 years old. You know what I'm saying? I done ran across all kind of damn hustlers, Would you have something to say? Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury.
Wait a minute. Okay, now who is a stranger?
You want to make sure that you raise your hand too? Yeah. You got it. Teach it.
Go ahead.
An Edomite or an Arab.
Okay. It doesn't just go down to it like that. Because if you say that, and you say that they're the only strangers, Edomites and Arabs, everyone that go ahead. Go. I'm gonna give you a chance to go ahead and get it. Go ahead.
Moab.
Okay, you just mentioned 3 nations. Okay, you mentioned 3 nations. Come on now. You just mentioned only 3. You mentioned Edomites, Arabs. Wait, stop. You mentioned Edomites, Arabs, and Moab. If I let it go with that, it's only going to lead people to think what? That those are the only heathen nations, and they're not.
I said all the other.
Let's say it loud.
I said all the other nations as well.
Africans, them damn Africans, them bone eating, doo-doo smelling, you know what I'm saying? Them, they are a big problem. The damn Nigerian, Sudanese, or whoever the hell they are. It's something we got a serious hook in us when it comes to those people. Right? They're heathens, so they're disgusting. And can we use them for usury if they lend something or borrow something from us? You goddamn right we can. And we supposed to. You get what I'm saying? We're supposed to do it. We lend a damn African $100 damn, and we tell that damn African, pay me $150. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And he better pay that goddamn $150. What the hell you think he gonna do with you inside his goddamn shop? So not only is he gonna put usury up on you, but he gonna put your woman in the back of his goddamn store and have sex with her. Right. Too. Now we ain't gonna have sex with that goddamn woman. You know what I'm saying? We don't, for one thing, we don't like the smell. I'm just saying straight up. Africans stink. You know what I'm saying? And they're not our goddamn people. She's not our mate. She's not our soul mate. Right. And that goddamn African man is not no damn mate to that black woman. He got five. Women be talking about, you know, multiple wives and all of that, but then they'll mess around with an African who they know got 5 wives somewhere in a bush in Nigeria. And they'll still mess with him at the same damn time. And then get a baby in them with that damn African and then push him like he one of us. That baby, like he one of us, and he ain't taking care of that because he ain't go. That's shame to him. He ain't gonna bring that little bastard between to his family over in somewhere in the hut of the Pullouts in the Congo. He's not gonna do that. No, he's not gonna do that. I mean, you know, just keeping it real. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more on the scripture.
So you want me to finish the scripture right here?
I'm gonna go ahead and elaborate a little bit more.
Okay. All right.
Let's read what we just read right quick about the usury, and we can do that to a stranger. Okay. Usury.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 20. Now to a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury.
But now, who is a stranger? Everybody.
All the nations, right?
Huh?
All other nations.
Yes,
all other nations, right?
Right, yeah.
Yes, every other nation. What does that mean? Every other race. We can put usury up on.
Right.
Yes. Don't they do that to us? That's how nations get in AK. Do they do that? Does anybody do they do that? Can anybody tell me? Do they do that? Do the other nations do that? Huh?
No, I guess without use, well, they can, if you're in war, would you loan another country? I guess they would.
Yeah! They're gonna, no, they're not gonna get lended to them without usury.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay, yeah.
They're not gonna lend it to them without usury.
Right.
They're gonna get the usury. Because, for example, that $50 that's on top of that 100 that you lent them, it's going to go to empower your people and make your people stronger to go to war. You know what I'm saying? Why not? It's great. It's good. It's good practice. And everybody else understand this except for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we so used to being slaves. All we need is a good job. That's it. While everybody else is jockeying for position of how they can damn take over the world. You know what I'm saying? All we care about, we like elephants, you know, begging for a couple of peanuts. Right. We like zoo animals. You know what I'm saying? We trapped in the damn cage, you know what I'm saying, we like that lion waiting on to get a goddamn turkey every day. You know what I'm saying? So he can eat. That's it. He ain't thinking about being the king of the goddamn jungle. He just lives there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's all he do. He just live in the jungle. That's it. You know, he ain't thinking about being the king of it, but we supposed to be thinking about being the kings. Whenever you see the United Nations meetings, what are they doing? They sitting there, and you have the African representatives, and you have the Arab representatives, you have the Asian representatives. You know, you have every representative on the face of the goddamn planet, but who don't you see? Let me tell you who you don't see. You don't see some nigga coming up in there, you know what I'm saying, you know, as a representative of Negroes. Right. You know, setting up on the UN and talking on the behalf of black people. You don't see that. Because people don't even look at us as even being the type of global threat like that, so they don't have to respect you. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to respect you. And we wonder, why don't they respect, why don't they love us? I got all of this education, why I ain't getting this job? And he ain't got that education, but he get the job. Damn papers and shit, you know? So if you pay me $100, I mean, shit, damn, if you can't pay it, you know, we can work out some agreement, man. you know. With that damn heathen, now we ain't got no agreement to work out. You give me that goddamn 150, and that's that.
Right.
You know, you don't, then I'm taking your ass to court. Straight up. That's how we should operate. But I understand. You know, you got a lot of niggas out there, they got white girls. You know what I'm saying? Even if he got a goddamn white girl, he should be treating her motherfucking father like that. So like, you know, it's pardon my you know, my cousin or whatever, but he should be treating her father like her father borrowed some goddamn money from him. He should be treating him like that. And then maybe that might make that white woman mad enough to leave you. And now you clean everything out, and you get you a sister, and you start over. And she can go whore around with some other brother that's in the world, or some devil dude, and now she's off your hands.
Right.
Go ahead.
John. But unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury.
You damn right. And who is thy brother? The black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. And that's who you should not be lending upon usury, because that will come as a great relief to him. You will be the drink of water in the desert to him, especially in the people that has been destroyed and been downtrodden and stuff like that. And you say, you know what, brother? No, man, you know, you black. As a matter of fact, remember the dude that was only, it was a story of a brother. And I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying robbing people is right. Robbing people is damn wrong. You shouldn't rob people, right? He was robbing people, but then he seen the brother. And the brother was going to come off with his money too. And the brother told him, no, I ain't come here to rob you. You black. Put your money back in your pocket. I'm robbing them. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was wrong, I gotta clap it up for him. Even though I know he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I know he was wrong. But damn, it was something in him that was actually right. He's like, I'm not gonna do this to you. We both black. And that's some powerful stuff right there. You know? And you know what? Even though he was out there robbing, like, man, you know, this nigga right here, you know, like, it's the most high nigga, just like us. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, you know, I like that dude right there. Even though what he's doing is wrong. When Moses killed that Egyptian. Now, come on, man, ain't murder against the law? Right. When Moses killed that Egyptian, why we think the Most High caused him not to be killed? It protected him from being killed himself. You know what? Let me tell you why. Because the Lord seen why he did what he did, and he went and he broke that damn Egyptian's neck, you know, to save and deliver his brother that was being afflicted and beat down by that same Egyptian. Even though killing is wrong, and killing an Egyptian, because that was like killing a cop. Killing that dude was like killing a police officer. Right. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord was like, man, I'm gonna hide this dude right here. I'm gonna tuck him away. And not only will he tuck him away, but I'm gonna put him over all my people. So now we start to get into the mind of how the Lord actually thinks. He don't think like in the Christian church. His mind is way different from that. You know what I'm saying? He saved Moses. You know, he seen the zeal that Moses had and everything, and how much Moses loved his people. And I done heard other stories, like backstories, concerning that whole incident. I'm not going to go into that. I'll just go into that one particular incident right there. Killing an Egyptian was like killing a police officer today here in America. You know what I'm saying?
So like, wasn't a dude that Moses killed, wasn't he a taskmaster?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and he was beating the servant. Right. And of course the servant wasn't even resisting, just like what cops do. They beat the hell out of niggas and they ain't even resisting arrest. Right. Beat the hell out of him, mace him. You know, we was in a situation where they could do anything that they wanted to do to us, and if you did anything back, it was a certain death sentence. Moses said, hell with that. And then Moses come to Pharaoh's house and still killed that goddamn cop. Right. Back to the man that was down. Now, we have to think about that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the Lord is like us. He's not a robot. Right. People think God is some big robot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just mechanical. And so, no. He feels just like we do. He has compassion and stuff just like we do. He talks with the angels and everything. That brother, that's such a right there. He does that type of thing. He counsels with the angels in heaven. He feels certain ways. You know what I'm saying? He has feelings just like any damn body else. He has love, hate. He has everything that we have. That's why I say he created us in his image and his likeness. And we got all them goddamn things. If he ain't have them, they'll make us more spirit than him, wouldn't it? Right. So that means he have them too. So when he saw that situation right there, he didn't just do some robotic stuff like, thou shalt not kill, so I got to kill Moses. He didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? He thought about that. He's like, man, that nigga right there, he rose up for his brother, in a time to even, in a situation that could even bring down his status that he held, because Moses had a super high status. He had a status above Aaron and all of them inside Pharaoh's house, because you had a lot of dudes that was in Pharaoh's that was close to Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of people, just like today. You got celebrities and all of this shit, all of this stuff, all together and all of that. You got all of this going on, but then you have a top, he was like in the same position that Barack Obama was in. Right. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty much in that position. And he brought himself low enough to help this ghetto dude who was being beat by this cop. And think about that for a second. Talking about sitting high and looking low, right? And to the jeopardy of everything that he had accumulated in Egypt himself. That's powerful stuff right there. Right. That's, what's the B word? Can anybody give it to me? Except for you. What's the B word that this class is about? Go ahead. Say it loud. Brotherhood. Yes. Yes. That's it. And what do we say? What do we also have shirts saying? Brotherhood is a weapon. And it was a weapon that brought the goddamn ancient Egyptians down to their damn knees. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Kwam Yashala. Now let's get back into the scriptures. Man, we got so much to cover in such a little time.
You got 30 minutes left.
Right. Okay. Oh, what verse we at?
Verse 20. Deuteronomy 23 and 20.
20. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we still at 20. Okay.
Yeah, there's still a little bit more.
Okay.
If you want to continue.
Yeah, we continue.
That the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to in the land whether thou goest to possess it.
Anybody know what a blessing is? Anybody know?
Like a blessing is like a gift, like a
I'm not laughing at you.
I'm trying to think, you may say blessing, you just think, blessing was a blessing, but you know what? I never thought about this.
I know.
It's like thankfulness, blessing, like a joy, happiness.
No.
Blessing is thankfulness.
You can get joy. You can get high and get joy and happiness. Okay, that don't mean you're blessed.
Okay, go ahead. I don't know. I never thought about it like that. Yeah, blessing. I just thought a blessing.
And think, how long was you in church?
I'm just hoping.
No. Give me just. I'm not.
Okay.
How long have you been in the Christian church?
Off and on for 40 years, I guess. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
40 years, and the Christian pastor never taught me what a blessing actually was.
Yeah.
Your blessing is an empowerment to prosper. You see what I'm saying? Let's see. And in other countries, that's a blessing because it's empowering you to prosper and to multiply everything, behind the labors that you have done. Just like if you have a field and you're growing something, you got cattle, right? You start out with a few cattle. Next thing you know, 10 years down the line, you got a lot of cattle around, right? That's an example of a blessing. It is prospering you and empowering you. Now you can sell beef. You know what I'm saying? You can slaughter. You say you got 200 cattle. You can slaughter 10 of them and sell beef to all type of different people, get money off that. You know, and then at the same time, you know, now you're down to 180. But damn, you got like 30, 40 pregnant cows that are getting ready to bear cattle themselves, and you'll have to raise those up, get those. You know what I'm saying? And you got milk and cheese, and you got all of this going, and you become a wealthy farmer. You know what I'm saying? That's the example of how a blessing works. People in the Christian church, they say they blessed because they got a good job, but then they lose that job, and they back in the church praying for another one. You know what I'm saying? And then they praying for another job, they get that job, and they just sat there and been in that church for 20 years and done been through 30 jobs. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's not a blessing. That's actually a curse. Right. You going from job to job to job to job. What do they say also? Lord, bless me with a man. And they in there, you know what I'm saying, 30 niggas later inside the same church. Been in the church 10 years. And they got on an average 3 niggas a year. You know what I'm saying? Is that a blessing or is it a curse? Can anybody say? Hey, yeah. And they sitting in that same day, but you know who won't tell you that? That Christian pastor won't tell you that. You know why? Because he's seen the jobs that you go through, you make little offerings and everything to him. He might get mad and leave. So when they beyond reproach and correction, then the pastor knows that too. So he's scared to correct him. So what do? He just take that little envelope. You know what I'm saying? Touch you on your head, you fall out, start doing all this. You know what I'm saying? You start flopping around like Freddy the Fish. You know what I'm saying? And you get up and you start crying and all of that. And then they walk you into the little, pews and all of that. And you sit on down. And you feel good. And then you come back the next week and do the same damn thing. Right. With a different dude, though. You know what I'm saying? All right. Can we go on the scriptures?
So, actually, I was going to let you want me to go to verse 21.
Okay, yeah, I got it here. 25. But, yeah, let's see what 21 says.
All right, verse 21. When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it. For the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee, and it would be sin in thee.
Right. When you vow a vow to the Lord, pay it. And how it should be is, when we say that we're going to do something for a brother or sister or whatever, through hell or high water, we should do it. Without that, just don't say it. Okay, let's skip down to Deuteronomy 24 and 6.
You said Deuteronomy 24 and 6?
Okay.
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 6. No man shall take the nether or the upper milestone to pledge, for he taketh a man's life to pledge.
This is, check this out. All right. If this dude owe you money, or like say for instance, you got a man that's living inside your house, right? Right. He really doesn't, like say you let him stay there for a while, and he's a carpenter, and he has carpentry tools inside that house, which is valuable because that's what his trade is. And he's at a loss of work for right now, and you have another trade, and you've been at a loss of work for right now, and you take his tools and give a pledge for his tools. Just because he's staying in your spots, because you owe somebody money. and you're using his tools. And he ain't in the truth. He's not. He's a carpenter. And then you take his tools, and those a lot of times they be his daddy's tools. That his daddy passed away and passed down to him. They have a hell of a value to him because his whole career was on them tools also. He just has a dry spell right now, right? Can we read that part again?
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 6. No man shall take neither or the upper milestone to pledge, for he taketh a man's life.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. What did you say did he take?
For he taketh a man's life to pledge.
He take a man's life to pledge because a lot of men's lives is tied into work. And if you take a man's life, that is like a death sentence to you.
Right.
Because that man can fall into a deep depression. He can fall into a deep depression. You mess around, go in that same damn crib one day and find him hanging. You know what I'm saying? He done hung his goddamn self.
Right.
He done sold his tools. He had a situation where he can't get them back. Stuff like that. Because he done had, because it's been men that done carried and accumulated a lot of tools over their life.
Right.
And could you imagine trying to get that back? I know a brother that worked for Ruger. He worked for Ruger, making guns. And he has all of this machinery and stuff like that. Stuff that he's an older brother. He's somewhere around 60. And he's been accumulating this stuff since he was damn 18. I think it's the only place he ever worked for. And then you take that stuff from him and then sell it to some damn body else, or use it to pay off a debt, or whatever the damn case is. You done took that man's life away from him because his life was tied up in his work. That man now finds no reason to live. Now you will, like I was saying, you might find him hanging somewhere or somewhere laid out with a bullet in his head inside your house. This stuff is serious. This brotherhood stuff is serious. You always have to be considerate of what you do to people. You can go here. Any more on that?
No, that was it.
And can you read that one more time, though?
Okay, I got you. Also, I can go to verse 7 as well.
Okay.
Verse 6. No man shall take the neither or the upper milestone to pledge.
Yeah, the neither or the upper. What would be the neither? Because the neither has to do with under. Something that's looked at as low, right? Like I was talking about the carpentry worker or some brick mason guy or some type of construction worker. But then you'll have the guy that's, the upper, it has an upper type of craft. He might be somebody that work for Microsoft or something. And he has the software, computers, all kind of stuff that he done set up, and he spent these years, his whole stuff looked like the goddamn octagon, the Pentagon. Yeah, Pentagon. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the damn Pentagon. And he done accumulated this stuff, and he done learned, and then somebody comes through and just takes all of that and sells it to someone. He don't give a damn about what the hell he care about the money that he's getting off of it, but it's actually killing this dude. He spent his whole life trying to accumulate that. Now, and here's another thing too. This is also scientifically proven. When a person finds that they have no, when their task is done, they seem to have no reason to live. They die. That's why so many people retire from jobs and die. Right. Or they get fired from a job. They've been on the goddamn job 40 years. And someone fires them, a lot of the times they're dead 6-7 months later. The same stuff happened with ants. When their job is done, you see the ant laying somewhere crusty in a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's dead. So this stuff is real serious. Good?
For he taketh a man's life to pledge.
He takes a man's life to pledge. That's what that person is doing. You got somebody that got something that they love and it's not unlawful against the Lord and everything. Man, don't sit there and try to mess with that. And you know, I'll tell you who else is real good with that. Sisters. They find out what a brother like, you know, what a brother, you know, he got some type of real skill, and she fall out with him, she'll try and destroy his tools or whatever the hell the case is. You know what I'm saying? She'll try and hurt his life just because she mad. Because she figured he got another woman. You know, she'll sit there, or either she'll cheat on him and then give the damn whatever it is that he got, his tools or whatever the hell it is, to the man that she goddamn cheating on. They'll do stuff like that too. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 7. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him, or selleth him, then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you.
This stuff is punishable by death. Stealing somebody, man steal a kidnapping a nigga trying to make merchandise out of him, all of that stuff is punishable by death.
Right.
You know, taking, you know, a man's pledge and using it. That's the reason why when Nathan brought that scenario of the King David, when he told him about the man that gave him the parable about the man with the little ewe lamb. And that was all the poor man had was that little ewe lamb, right? And said, you know, that he nursed it as a daughter, but what did the dude do? He took the ewe lamb and slayed it for the man that was coming in from out of town.
Right.
And killed it and dressed it, and so that they ate it.
Right.
And then what did King David say? King David said, the man that did this shall surely die. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. You shouldn't do that to people. King David, even, you know, and then when he seen that he was that man, when he took, you know, Uriah the Hittite's wife, he realized that he sinned, you know. But the judgment still poured out of him as king and as a man that studied the laws of the Most High.
Right.
It poured out of him. It was an impulsive thing. It wasn't even something he had to think about. It just came right out of his chest. That man should surely die. He didn't even think about it first. You know what I'm saying? Because of the, you know, the judgments and the laws and the statutes and the commandments that was already ingrained in him.
Right.
And then when he realized he was the man right there, he of course humbled himself, you know what I'm saying? And realized that he actually deserved death, but the Most High's mercy was there for him. But see, here's the thing also too, though, that we have to understand. That was a common practice that went on with kings. It was a common practice for people coming from another man and take his wife. They get down.
Yeah.
How the royalty on the earth get down and everything, and that's how they got down. They would see if you got a real nice looking wife, they will kill you and take your wife. You know, and that was their way of a twisted version of the law, because they know that according to the law, a woman can remarry if her husband is dead. So they'll just, in their heathenish ways, trying to mingle the law with their own lust and desire, they'll kill the man and take his woman.
Right.
And this stuff, you would have kings that would do this 100, 150 times, 200 times. King David only did it one time. You know, he fell to his lust at one time and he never did it again. But the impact that it held is the reason why we know about that story today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he did it once, that impact of that story is still with us to this day. You know? But like I was saying, that little man's little ewe lamb, the lamb broke wool and stuff like that. The poor man could shear the lamb and sell the wool to somebody. You know? You can keep doing that, you know what I'm saying, and sell the wool and make some money off of that. So that was the man's, you know, that was that man's upper and lower, you know, milestone that the man was taking to pledge.
Right.
You know, and not only did he killed it and had it eaten on top of that, which is even more vicious. It was almost damn like eating a man. You know what I'm saying? You might as well took that bite out of dude. You know? Okay, go ahead. Anything else?
Yep. Actually, that was it.
Okay. Go to Deuteronomy 24 and 10.
Okay. Verse 10. When thou doest lend thy brother anything, thou shalt not go into his house to fetch his pledge.
And now that's a bad boy right there. I remember the story. My brother had a real good friend named I.S.U.P.K. And that brother's father, he would lend people money because he had a little bread and everything. He would lend people money.
Right.
And of course he was doing it, usually he was a regular loan shark type of brother, And one day it was a dude that he lent money to, and the guy didn't pay him back. You know what I'm saying? Had and killed him.
Chapter 24, verse 10. When thou doest lend thy brother on anything, thou shalt not go into his house to fetch his pledge.
Yes, don't go into his house. Y'all, that nigga owe me, that nigga owe me $500. And so when I go in here, nigga, I'm taking the TV, nigga, I'm taking the microwave, the toaster,
right.
that roach on the wall, I'm gonna take his ass too, you know what I'm saying? But that's how brothers be, you know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be like that towards one another.
Right.
That's how a lot of us be and everything. Remember, like the old, the movies and everything. Come on, sucker, pay me, sucker. Remember the old movies from like the 70s and all of that? Pay me, sucker. Or he would stab a dude to death. We're not supposed to act like that towards one another. We're not supposed to do that. Okay? Any more on that?
No, that's it.
Okay. Brotherhood is a weapon.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got to learn how to operate in brotherhood. I know the oppression is rough and all of that. Yeah, I know it's hard and we squeezed on all sides by every damn body, but that's when we should push back even harder, and when we realize what's going on.
Right.
We should go even harder to push back against that, and because that's where the test lies at.
Right.
Yeah, ain't no test if nothing's going on, right? Ain't no test then. The test come when the pressure comes. That's the test right there, and that's how you see what the hell you got in you. And that's also can show whether we will prefer one another over another. And it's so tempting for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to even incorporate heathens and everything and here's the thing about us. We love to put mercy and everything. When the Bible tells us to love our brother, we want to make it something funny because we want to make everybody else our brother then. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's automatically slave response. We want to grab the white dude from up the damn hall that you smoke weed with and make him your brother. Right. And see, I'm loving my brother, but that nigga, to hell with him. You know what I'm saying? I done seen dudes say stuff like, you know what, I'll smoke a down or whatever, and then next thing you know, and she'll argue on their behalf on top of that and tell you how you don't measure up to I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? When I.S.U.P.K was the one that sent her on to the other ones for all of them to bang. Right. That's what they do. And at the same time, she is sitting there still looking at them as being something more greater than that black man at the same damn time. That is what they do. Because they look at all black women as whores.
That's right.
That's how they look at them. The Asians, all of them look at black women when they want to get something nasty and dirty on their rod. They look for a black woman. While they have the women of their own nationality, and she ain't messing with no one but them. But they figure that black woman is so damn loose, she's out there for everybody. Like that Willie Lynch letter say, make her a horse that everyone can ride. Right. You know what I'm saying? The only one she kicks, neighs, and bites at is that black man. That's it. But everybody else, she'll stoop down so they can get right on her back. I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it, yeah, it sounds rough.
Right.
But that's the way things are. And I like for things to sound rough so it causes a shock treatment in people so people will want to get it right. And you should get mad. I have my classes about making niggas mad. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't making nobody mad, it ain't a class.
Right.
I'm just keeping it real, you know. With that being said, we have the I.S.U.P.K coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Commanding General YAHANNA. Pay your tithes. We have the Day of Atonement coming up this Saturday.
And then next Thursday.
And then next Thursday will be the beginning of the Feast of Tabernacles.
Right.
With that being said,
you grab that. I'll say the nonsense with you.
okay.
Imagine everybody stand up. Actually, just give me a second. Go ahead.
Well, the I.S.U.P.K started out at 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Root for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. The other sister has an interest in a particular class, which is the commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Which is 10th in the Hebrew, YAHANNA. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department for teachers, priest funds. We will offer for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation. That's it. We have the Day of Atonement coming up this Saturday. And we also have the Feast of Tabernacles starting next Thursday. Now, okay, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boot, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. With that being said, the modern will find how to done, rise and face east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, YAHANNA. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Hayah. Shimka. Yahweh. Malachaka. Daba'ah. Adazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baharaza. Wa. Yah. Bashemayim. The thunder now. Come. Call. Wam. Wasalak now. Kawaki now. Kasalak now. Kawaki now. Wala'ah. Tabayai now. Bonasai one. Abal. Oshai now. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Lakah. Malakwa. Wa'ala. Watapar. Awalayim. Ama.
The Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
which
art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us.
Colossian family.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
That's fine. That's what you just said. I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Kentucky.
I.S.U.P.K. Kentucky.
And the Kentucky 8.
Kentucky 8.
Samuel, Florida. Corey, Florida. I.S.U.P.K. Ohio.
I.S.U.P.K. Ohio.
Rapaya Olive. Kanaya Olive. And all destroyed of Israel. Done.
Rapaya Olive. Bariah. Kabah Dabar. Rakawana. I.S.U.P.K. Minnesota.
I.S.U.P.K. Minnesota.
Nicole Clinton. Saharazon. All of Israel.
Ba'ashim Yahushua. The water Aman.
What we just said was in English, right? Lord, in the name of Yahushua,
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Refuse to give to the school.
Force the riches.
Force the riches.
To enter into thy
To
sanctuary.
enter thy sanctuary.
To use the curses.
To use the curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and
To
destruction.
the Edomites.
The Edomites.
And the nations.
The nation.
And the drug
The
dealers.
drug dealers.
Court system.
Courses.
Prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Works of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. Cable access channel. And radio channel. Convict the spirit of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. Bring swift destruction. To heathen. That stand against us. So like that stand in the way. And try to stop us. Broadcast your word. Throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause us to go to and fro. To the earth consume. Let the plague shake the house of the thief. And the murder. Let Yahushua. Michael and Gabriel. Down the flying saucer. Punish all the heathens. That come up against us. As we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all. That it is the angel that have done it. Cause it to be spread throughout the media. Throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you always. So be it. Christ, clap it up. Shalom, Israel.